do 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 do. Hello, everybody. I got engrossed in my project that I'm currently working on. So how about that, huh? All right. Let's close down some stuff. Do 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 do. All right, go over here, start up some other stuff. This is my new starting soon screen. It's not my new starting soon screen. Here we go. Bam! Ha 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 ha! There you are on starting schoon screen. Ha 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 ha! What a villain I am. Okay. I'll load up the stuff. Loading up the stuff. I changed some things around, so things are a little different now. And that's okay. Oh, you're live? Oh, thank you. Nice. The you know what? Let's just get off the starting soon screen. Hello. The Twitch dashboard has told me that hello was my most used emote. It's like, yeah, that's me. Hello. Okay, let's see. Stream manager. Got pop chat out here. Pop chat. Pop cat, pop chat. Okay. Load up the Twitch. Yep, there's the Twitch. Hello, hello, hello. Ad starts in 4 seconds. And this lovely ad is to make sure we don't get new visitors don't get pre-rolled. So okay, let's finish up what we were doing over here. Well, let's get everything set up. Do I have hands? Okay, we got hands. Do we have the chat box? That's a mystery now. Let's test it out. Welcome to ads. Your message failed to send. That's a new one. Ads is a dirty word? No. Apparently, huh. Well, that was curious. That was really odd, actually. Let's get a nice big drink of water here. Okay. Yeah, that was rather odd. Message failed to send. I need to work on some more emotes too. Okay, so. Okay, good. The chat box is there. It might be a little hard to see. I should probably add something behind it here. Okay, we don't need that open. Let's see. We're gonna add a little color source for now. Of course, we'll call this chat back. Oh geez, that is hideous, and I apologize. I should really be in let's hide that right away. Go away. Thank you. Let's go over to studio mode so you don't have to watch that. Okay. Wow, that was super duper bright, wasn't it? Move that right about there. Move this over here. Select the color. Let's put it down to like 20% and maybe some lovely light gray. Maybe 15%. Maybe a little bit darker. Bam. Oops. Let's go hide that down behind the chat block. Where's it hiding? There it is. Doot, doot, doot. Except it is now hiding behind the display capture, so that doesn't work. There we go. Select a slightly different color, maybe. Work in progress. It's a work in progress. Well, it's a little better. It's a little better. Because we want it behind the overlay. And the overlay we should probably raise up just a smidge. There we go. How is that? How's that? Looks good? Okay, thanks. Gonna lock that down. Yes, I was messing around with stuff. Oh. You know what? Let's just put it at 90. For some reason, you can't see it. And that is odd. Why can't we see that? Well, that is definitely a mystery, isn't it? Okay. So it's in front of that, but we can't see it. That is a mystery. We're gonna delete that and start over. Because I feel like you can't really see the chat there. So we'll try this again. Do a color source. Again, flashbang. Chat back 2. Bam, why it starts with white? That's amazing. Let's make it a little bit smaller, 600 by, let's do like 300. There we go. There we go. And drop that behind chat. Boom, boom. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. It's not perfect, but that's okay. feel like I should probably have chat over here now anyways, instead of down in the middle. There we go. Good enough. Good enough for now. Good enough for now. Turn on my extra light source here, so my tracking actually picks up my face. Okay. So what we're doing here is some Unity. I'll make sure I'm actually in game dev. Yes, we are in. We're in game dev. Looks like we're in the right spot. All right. Now theoretically, we've got some extra bots here today. So good bots. Good bots, mind you. Let's see. Okay, yes, sir. We do have Bot along with stream elements. So hopefully that saves our butt a little bit. Okay, so what I was doing here and got distracted by and therefore late for stream, adding some animations. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, that door is there. You set key. Door 2. Oh, set key. It would help if I, let's see, you are closed at somewhere over here. Oh, I should probably make you actually close. Here we go. Like a little finger pincher and everything. Okay, that looks about good. We'll have to fix the other one. Bam, new keyframe. And over here. Wonder why it doesn't let you copy keyframes. Kind of annoying. Negative 3.1. No, negative 3.19. Yeah, 3.19. Welcome in vanilla. And then it'll go back open. Open. That's a very brief open period. That's okay. That's okay. Okay, now you, my dear door, need to go over just a little bit more. And that all rhymed. I'm sorry. Set that, set key, go over here. Set that, set key. Bam. But yes, welcome in vanilla. Enjoy your lurk. Oh, that's interesting. It actually used my my lurk command. So I guess that means stream elements is working. Okay, you know, while we're here, let's move this way down here now that we know what we're looking at, and find out where this corridor is, because that's part of my problem, is I do not remember where everything is in this giant level. For one thing, half the doors are closed. Alright. Okay. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Oh, by the way, we have new toys. Oh, a new toy that I'm gonna have to move over just a little bit, it looks like. Look at chat. You're in the game. Ah, that's cool. That turned out pretty cool. Except I need to move it to, I need to adjust the camera settings, which in Unity is interesting. It actually is really interesting how I will need to fix this. Essentially, I will need to create another camera at the same spot as this camera. And yeah, so I'm going to take that camera, or a new camera at the same spot as this camera, put the little, what appears to be an overlay, so the chat box here behind me. Need to put that, attach it to the new camera, and then run both cameras at once. So one will have all the fancy post-processing effects, and the other will not. Because the depth blur interacts a little odd with the transparent layer. Ooh. Oh, hold on. Something is being noisy. What is being noisy over here? Besides me. You know, I didn't test this out while I was streaming. We are definitely using more CPU than before. That is amusing. And a healthy chunk of Ethernet. Okay. Not an overly large amount of GPU though. Unfortunately, I have to find out why the lights, the light maps are not being rendered on the GPU. They're actually being processed by the CPU, which that's interesting. Little interesting game dev things. Okay, so the fan I heard was actually my water cooler. My water cooler kicking in, I'm sure. That's interesting. Okay. So. Where are we? Make sure I'm seeing all the right things. So I figured out how to do all this fancy stuff. Okay, let me just lock down that chat box before I forget. Chat back, there you go. Now I won't accidentally move you. Okay, so yeah, that looks so cool. Ooh. There, and I can turn it off. Chat? No chat. Chat? No chat. But yes, I figured out all the settings I needed for Spout. Not just to send, but to receive. And it works so much smoother now. Well, at least inbound. So, the chat window, is actually being rendered by OBS. There's a filter, a Spout filter in OBS on this source. Okay, there's a source, a browser source. The same one that you see in the middle of the screen by Winamp, down here. Which me is pointing, right? Which me is pointing. So, yeah, so that browser source is basically being duplicated, sent into, or received within Unity by something that's listening for it. And it's displaying it right here. All right, let's see. How do we turn that off? Nope. Yep. Too many shortcut keys. I'm starting to use up my whole keyboard here. Okay, and what we're going to do, actually, I'll freeze that. Go back over here. I do want to change one stream element setting. And I still have that grumbly throat from getting the vid. What? Oh, 2 weeks ago now? A week and a half ago? Streaming tools. There was something I needed to fix on the overlay. So I'm just loading that up quick. Okay. Nope, nope. Yes. Nope. Settings. And there. Bam. And that should take care of that. There. Are we back? Okay, we're back. Let me test that out. Do 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 do. And we're in here, and there I am. Okay. Okay. Gotta remember what all my keys are in here, which means I need to be in here more often. So we can come over here. We do still have our teleportation box to take us to the office, which I also have a hotkey for. But over in this corner, if you look at the very tippy top center of the screen, you see that guy on the TV screen? Yeah, let's switch. Oh, look. It's like he's waving at us. There we go. Now you can see him just a little bit better. You can see him up above Rusty's head up there. I put a camera in the scene. I'm testing out basically how to get closed circuit cameras within the game engine. So there's a camera right over here somewhere. Right up in that corner probably. I should have a physical camera shown. That'd be nice. And that is that camera is not rendering to the viewport here. What it is doing is it actually sending to a texture. And that texture is on some polygons behind me here. So basically a flat screen TV. That's just neat. And I have it's very pixely because I have it set to a lower resolution. I think like 256 by 128 because I wanted the pixel look. So that turned out pretty cool. It's all the little things. It really is. Oh no, just testing out the tracking to see, if I can go through my head or not. Let's just try this hand. No. Okay. All right, let's see. What else have we done lately? So we figured that out. We figured out how to project on a surface. Oh, this one's one-sided. But yes, so now essentially I can have my own Five Nights at Freddy's, closed circuit TVs here. Gonna put that to good use later. Not for a escape room thing, but let's go over to the office. Oh, but first, I gotta test out this guy again. I do need better control of. There we go. That Rusty. That is still kind of surreal. It's like, hi, I'm in the game, but I'm breaking through. Good looking fellow though. Yeah. I do need to, or I don't need to. Due to the rendering limitations of Spout, there's some very specific settings, and unfortunately, my lovely post-processing. I mean, look at these shadows. These shadows are gorgeous, but the post-processing has to all be disabled for the Spout output to have a transparent background. Now, what I could do is I could just have it be, a solid background, but then I couldn't show up, in front of you here. For instance, let's make it a little bit closer. Nope, wrong one. There we go. See, all the blend shapes carry over though. Except he doesn't have blue. Why does he not have blue? I think I messed that up when I was, I think I messed that up when I was playing with some settings. Darn. But what we're going to try here is to prove a point. Hello. Yeah, that looks great. And I'm just over my my desktop background. And let's bring Unity back up. There we go. Hello. Ooh, there was a little spike there. It didn't like that. A little graphics card spike. It's probably because this is not optimized. This is running the dev environment, so maybe that had something to do with that. Then we had a momentary spike. Okay, unlock the cameras. Let's go over to the office. Welcome. So we were just out this window. There's a platform right here. There's a little gray platform. That is where the transparent background will be. That's like a my little stand-up comedy area. There, we just zoom right back there, and you can see it. Right there is the window that we were just looking through. Ta-da! I should make it more like a little backdrop. Maybe have a mic stand out there, and what else? Mic stand, little old TV station style camera, but those things were monstrous. So other fun things. If you look, do we need to make it brighter? Maybe a little bit brighter. If you look at the monitor right here, you might notice something a little odd. We're sending our whole OBS scene back into Unity. So we're deving in Unity right here. So I have to squint really hard if I want to actually do anything, right? Oh, and you like my laptop? It's got the good old pipe screensaver going. I mean, it's not moving; it's a static image, but you don't need to do that. That's details. But yes, there we are. This is what you guys are also seeing. Like, Winamp is in the corner. Chat should be down there. But yes, that is also the spout coming from OBS. So right now I wonder what that is doing to my performance. Let's check again. Because I tested it for quite a while, but I did not test it while broadcasting. I wouldn't think it makes a difference, but maybe it does. No, it looks fine to me. Too bad I can't delegate some of the delegate. Too bad I can't delegate some of the processing to my secondary graphics card, the built-in. It's not doing anything. It's not doing anything right now. Okay, what do we got here? So, turn the light back off. But yeah, no, so that was some of my exciting stuff I was working on this weekend. Yeah. Working on when I couldn't go anywhere. So we still have the posters behind us. I haven't changed those yet, but I started doing more customization here, building up the environment more than more than doing the 3D modeling or any of that. I think I'm going to focus for the moment on getting this whole thing a little more finished. Completely finished? No, this is going to be a forever work in progress. And that's the point of it. But some of the things on my to-do list were to get video feed coming in, whether I want to play videos, like a browser source or something. Get chat in here. Do I have chat? Oh, we gotta test out chat. Test. There we go. Oh, and I do have I do have a floating test piece right here. There we go. My floating test chat. Oh, I can hold myself right here. I can hold me in the palm of my hand. I did set chat so timeout, so I should probably set that back. Test. Yes. Thank you for helping me test. Yes, I do want to move the chat boxes to a different layer. There we go. Multiple chats. I do want to move the chat box to a different layer so that it won't have the depth of field applied to it. I like the effect of like the chromatic aberration. It gives that cool ghost effect, with the color separation. But yeah, you still need to be able to read it, and it's working right now because of the size of this room. If we go over to the well, let's test over here. See? If we go to somewhere where there's more room for the camera to back up, it does not work. It blurs out too much. But yes, so basically I'm going to have to either put it on... Oh, that looks funky. Wait a second. That is amazing. That is an unintended consequence. Okay. I'm sending Spout in and sending Spout out. If you look up here, you got Waffle's test message there. It is attached the excuse me. Might not be as much talking on this stream. Wow. It's a little harsh. So, yes, the chat box is being output by the camera, the overlay camera, or transparent background camera. Let's test this again. Test. And... There, see what those look like too. Yeah, that is something that's coming through on that camera. I can fix that right now. Let's undo, well not undo, but go find that camera. It is over here somewhere. And it's also invisible. Oops. Get back in there. Okay, project. Green screen. Where is my green screen setup? There we go. Green screen. Green screen camera. So what we can do here is we can actually set that up to ignore this. So what that should do... let me see. It's a very interesting thing. As we talk this through, player armature, there we go. Chat. So, chat right here, I moved it to its own layer. It doesn't do what I want to do right now, but it will in the future. So right here, I change it to the in focus layer. Yes, there we go. Okay, so I changed it to the in focus layer. I made that up. I should just call it like chat layer. Now I separated that. You can also have a layer for overlays or user interface. Right there. You know, so you can separate all these things as like a menu, you know, like the game menu or the pop-up menu. You don't want that to have all of the depth, blur, and all that stuff. Or if you do, you want it to have its own controls. And by you, I mean me. The royal you. So you would want that to have, you know, its own controls. Its own camera settings. So I wouldn't want the depth of field to be the same as, you know, the generic background and general background. I would want it to be in focus, because what good is a user interface if you can't see it? So there is that. Yes. Back commands. Thank you. Yeah, we do have to have ads now. It's part of the Twitch's permitting me to be an affiliate. Now let's test out that camera setting right away. So for the perks of being an affiliate, but the video transcoding, there we go. Oh, it is still showing through. That is weird. Let's go find that. Chat quad. Okay, anyways, yeah, some of the things with affiliate is basically you're forced to run ads. Now I get a little bit of money for it. I think I made a whole like 27 cents last stream. But I'm not big, so I'm not expecting a whole lot from that at this point. Green screen. Culling mask. And it's not supposed to be rendering, or I should say, it's not supposed to be outputting. Huh. Yeah, it's not supposed to be outputting the chat box. It's like that's the whole point of it. Wait, that is not the right camera. That is not the right camera. There we go. Ta-da! Okay. Why do I have two... Wait, what is this? Interesting. I have two cameras over here. Oh. So this GS... Oop, you can't really see that. So right here, there's a green screen main camera and a green screen background. That is when I was testing out using a literal green screen. You know, with the hideous chroma green. That is what that was for. I was testing that because I could actually send that via Spout. to OBS, and then use a chroma filter in OBS to use the green to key out the green, so it'd be a transparent background. However, I got like a green haze. The good thing about it is it did keep the post-processing. So I got all these lovely, like the bloom. So you can't see it right here. My glowy eyes, some of the cool depth effects. But really, some of those effects aren't needed when I am the size I am down in the corner there. So, but either way, now I know how to get rid of that. Okay, come back out of here. Reselect the camera, and there. Now it will no longer be showing. That camera will no longer be showing the in focus layer. There's another thing I want to try out. I'll probably be adding another layer for physics interactivity, so that any objects that are on that layer, like let's say a soda can, a book, a random box, I'm gonna put those all on that layer, so that when my character collider, the mesh, comes into contact with it, there's an interaction. They'll go tumbling or flying through the air, whatever, some kind of physics interaction. I think that's gonna be nice. Okay. Oh no, did I really put the... It put the physics in that last folder I was, or not the physics, the door animator in the last folder I was in. Rookie mistake, Rusty. Okay. Let's go see if that door works. Okay, let's see. It is this way. Oh. Whoa, that is moving way faster than I thought it would. Those must have been frames and not seconds. We might want to change that. Yeah. Man. That is a feisty door. Okay, animation. I wonder if I can just change it to... Let's see. Wall door frame controller. Hey, there we go. Yes, so these are frames. Or no. Oh. That's not a minute, that's a second. Okay. Let's move that a little bit down the road. Well, no, that is odd to me that it is, yeah, that is odd to me that it looks like it's seconds here. Like this would be a minute. But this is in fact a second. I mean, you can zoom in. You got 55. Or, well, because it also wouldn't make sense that it'd be frames, because I do believe the project is set to 60 FPS. But that wouldn't make sense, because what if you adjust the frame rate? You let the user control their settings menu what the FPS should be limited to. Wasn't that funny? Okay, well anyways, we are going to Move these. Let's put it at like 4 seconds. 4 seconds seems reasonable. We'll just say it's a malfunctioning door. Oops, oh. There we go. That is more manageable. Still malfunctioning, mind you. But manageable. And there's something interesting clipping right there, isn't it? Also, this is like the first thing I've animated in Unity, where I've actually set up the animation stuff. It's a whole exciting new world. I mean, for as janky as it looks kind of cool. And the colliders work and everything too, because it's moving the asset. So it's moving the whole asset. So it's moving the mesh and anything else attached to that object. And you can see from the inside too. I don't think I've been in this room, so this is kind of interesting. Oh, I can't take a shower. See, there's a drain and everything, so I have to be a stinky robot forever. Stinky robot forever. Got some screens here. I like the chair though. I might have to use that chair over in the office area. We can indeed jump on the bed. Now I think this said crew quarters, but this must be like the captain's quarters, because this is quite nice. Quite nice. Malfunctioning door side. Oh, look it. They have gravity handles. Nice. So that if, gravity's a little tipsy-turvy or not on, you can grab onto the handles before the door slices you in half. Because right now that's a thing. Okay, what do we got over here? There we go, bunk beds. Bunk beds. Okay, what does this say? That says crew quarters. And this also says crew quarters. Well, some crew is treated a little nicer than other crew, I guess. We do have a little sweepo unit here. Sweepo. Random cooler or... Oh, no, munitions box. I don't remember putting that there. Got some people in cryo. Hello, people. Are you Twitch appropriate? Are you Twitch appropriate? Yes. The answer is yes. You are all Twitch appropriate. Oh, we have a lovely cafeteria. Got some food. Kind of food. Space food. We got space food. You know, I'm gonna do I don't know if it's gonna be a stream or if it's going to be a YouTube video. But I think I'm going to not necessarily review, but just explore some of these Cinti asset packs. Because there's so much cool stuff. Like, why is there a landmine or water mine right there? No idea. But there's just just the demo levels are they're set up, rightfully so, as advertisement for their asset packs. So you got all this cool stuff in them. Well, they must be examining whatever that thing is right there. But yeah, there's just so much cool stuff packed into here. Like, I have not walked through this room For one thing, I couldn't until I removed the doors, hence the floating exit sign. I think I just shoved the door up into the ceiling, actually. But yeah, there's just so much interesting stuff packed into these asset packs. You can see that's where I plopped the office down. The office is actually one of the smaller ones, one of the smaller asset packs. The space one is full of things. Oh, and also, you might not have noticed, but we have a ceiling now. So when I'm in edit mode, I have the ceiling disabled so that I can see. Here, I'm going to show you. So we can run them at the same time. Oh, you can't run them at the same time. So this is what it looks like in the level design view, basically. Oh, and there's some floating screens right there. That is a hidden feature, I guess. So normally, the ceiling is turned off. Like if I hit the play button and get out of here, the ceiling is turned off. But I set it, I wrote a little script, super basic. When I hit play and it's doing all the startup stuff in the scripts, one of them is to make the ceiling visible. And by ceiling, I mean the whole collection of ceilings. There's quite a bit there. Another thing I just did. Oh, hi, Giant Rusty. Looking good. Looking good. You keep an eye on the manager's office in space here. Another thing I did is I opened the door. Apparently the collider is still there for the wall, but at least the door is now open. Oh, I can't. Oh, look at that. That's on me. That's on me. So this is why I have been having trouble ever since, months now. Ever since I put this little office section, I imported it into the space scene. I do not have it set on the ground. And that is why when I'm walking, Yep. Yes, that is indeed a handy crawl space. Not so handy because I can't actually use it. But we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that. Walk back around the office here, and are we still streaming? Yes, we are still indeed streaming. And this just amuses the heck out of me. It's like, oh, hello everybody. Here we are. There, now we're a little bit more active. And somewhere, if you look way up here, there should be another monitor doing the whole window tunnel effect, which I'm sure my computer would not appreciate. So I wonder if there's a way to limit that so it doesn't just keep stacking filters. Move my giant head. It's just not quite dim. I need to throw an emissive texture on there too so I can actually see what's on the screen. Yes, it's very faint. It's very faint right there. You can see the ghost image being duplicated again and again and again. Okay. We are gonna fix that. I do not know if there is a way around that. There is a way around it, and one of the, let's save that to my buffer so I remember to clip it. There is a way around that. It's don't stream Unity. Don't stream myself looking at the monitor. Nope. OBS will still make it an infinite tunnel because it's OBS. and it is still showing the monitor screen on the monitor. Yep. So that will still it'll still have the infinite tunnel because I don't have to be in this Unity engine. No matter where I am, it'll still have my avatar in the corner, and I'll be looking at this monitor right here. Infinite tunnel. There's got to be a way around it somehow. Well, one of the ways around it would be to... I'll have to think about that later. To avoid infinite tunnel and possibly an angry CPU. Yes. But yes, no, I'm excited to make these interactable objects so I could, like, you know, bat the laptop off the desk and other fun physics stuff. So where are we going? Let's go for a ride. Pass the door. Still opening and closing. Okay. Oh wow, he zooms. Now you can see me on the little screen. You pay attention to the TV monitor up there? But yes, I think I will make all my cameras have a physical representation in the level. Yes. So what I mean is, like this one that is on the screen. Okay, let's see. Where is the camera? Can we actually see the camera? Let's go find it. Oh, it is over here. So here's where the camera is. And it's looking down the corridor. Looking over here at this down this corridor. So what I should do, and Dead Sun does this. Dead Sun Prime does this. He has camera drones. Part of that is probably just so he knows where to look when he's in his fully immersive environment. Yeah. You know what? Let's hey, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna use that drone idea. I might not have, well, maybe in the space, maybe, there we go. In the space level, I'll have like a floaty drone or something. If I am in a different level, like a different level, a different zone, like the office, maybe I'll just have a security camera mounted on the wall or something like that. Because I think the physical representation really pulls together, you know, it gives it some emphasis. It's one of the things I want to have in the office setup, or at least the office/factory, because I'm going to build out this more than just an office. It's going to be the whole decaying factory of the Rusty Robot Factory. And yeah, I'm going to have like a pile of old TV screens, you know, like in like in any good anime, any good tech-ish anime, like Cowboy Bebop on the brainwashing episode, where the guy was brainwashing people through the TV screens. He had a big mountain of TV screen or CRTs with all different images on the screens. I want that, and that is where this is leading to, with the TV screen. The TV screen showing. There we go. It even updates when I'm not actually. That's cool. It updates when the game's not running. There you go. Now you can see the infinite window right there. Bam. And yes, I did just hear my fan make a little noise. That is cool. There, we'll highlight the monitor instead of the chair. Where was I? But yes, the factory. Yes, so on a pile of, old security monitors and whatnot, but like totally haphazard, just laying around on their sides and everything. Little extension cords everywhere. To represent that. In this is Rusty's environment. This is my environment, right? And it's an abandoned factory, long abandoned factory, and he's pieced it together, scavenged what he could from the factory itself, pieced it all together, and it's there, trees growing up through the through the walls, broken windows. It's gonna be a whole thing. So I need to find my folder on my backup drive here somewhere. I need to find my folder of like abandoned factory explorations. Not my own explorations, mind you. Well, not abandoned factories, anyways. I do have some pictures that I took without trespassing, mind you. So, good times. Wonder how fast this updates. Yeah, that is interesting. Oh, there we go. That is interesting. Kind of a trip. Let's take a look at the old task manager here. I mean, it's not stressing it out right now, at least. Let's see. We're rocking 12% CPU and 22%, between 20 and, about 22% on the GPU. And some of that is being taken up by streaming to you lovely folk. Because I do the processing on my NVIDIA card, so it can send it out by NVENC, I want to say. Whatever compresses down the video a bit. I'm definitely looking forward to Twitch having AV1 encoding. Allegedly soonish. Because then it'll be even smaller of a stream, and then I'll actually be able to do 1080p. 1080p to all you fine folk. So, 1080p is nice. But yeah, right now we have to do 720. Just because my internet's been kind of garbage lately. Must be too many folk in the neighborhood that are all streaming Netflix at 4K, so I don't get any bandwidth left to me. Or I'm secretly in a neighborhood full of streamers, and we're all uploading. All right, let's see. So we've got our lovely Spout input, or sending and receiving. Let's not call it input and output. It's sending and receiving. So like this is being sent from OBS. And if we go over to the other scene, oops, we're not running. If we go over to our scene outside the window there, we will be sending from Unity to OBS. Hopefully replacing VC Face at some point. And I can do that right now. Well, I have to stay put in the game level. That's the only downside. I can just, if I stay put in the game level in that one little area, then I'm fine. But if I want to walk around, that camera's not going to follow me. So I wouldn't have a transparent backdrop. And the reason I have a transparent backdrop, it's a couple of funny reasons. Lots of trial and error. So let's get rid of our doppelganger here. Okay, so you see me, yes? And you do not see that chat window. Oh, that is awesome. Oops, let's lock that. There, see, I'm over here. I'm still over here. So I could be using this right now. I'd be in the corner of the screen here. Unity does not have to be visible. It just has to be running. I need to play with the settings some more, and I think I might have figured it out now due to my messing around with the Spout receiver. I had to change a bunch of... It was a whole thing, but I had to change some render formats and settings to be able to show Spout, or show a Spout stream within the game engine. But the output, I haven't messed with those settings yet, but I think I can just do the same thing I did like for the chat box to help the output, because this looks great right now. You know, I mean, I'm getting just a little bit of laggy, little jitter when I move fast. But when I compile this, oh, it's all kinds of mess. It is not nice. Yeah. Yeah, the background does not show up smoothly. The rendered background, in this case a star field, that looks great. Well, it doesn't have to be a star field. It can be anywhere in the game. So if we're looking here, so I'm on my little stage. Lean. Wow, that is quite a lean. There. That is quite a lean. Okay, so a funny thing is, let me get my cursor back. And green screen camera. Let's rotate that camera. Ta-da! There's the level. It's no longer green screened. So this is the reason why this is the reason I have a green screen platform, essentially my little broadcast platform in the middle of nowhere, because this camera does not render the background, you know, this lovely star field, but it'll render anything else it sees. I could go through the trouble and do this whole render layer thing. The problem is my character, my avatar here, is on it's on this I believe this default layer, along with all of the, you know, the items, you know, the space station, all that stuff. So I just made a different camera that does not show the background. And that was a lot of trial and error too. Okay, so I believe I didn't screw that up now because it doesn't save. It doesn't save. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it looks like it's okay. So it does not save things, changes made in play mode. Yeah. It's a feature. It's a feature in Unity. You can have it not save most changes made in play mode. It does do things like if you assign different materials or textures, that it does save. So that's a thing. Okay. Oh, we are going to take this whole prefab here. Don't want the green screen for now. We had a good time talking about that. The main office. Yeah, let's get back into scene mode here. The main office. We're going to get rid of that crawl space so I can walk in and out of the door. Okay. That's interesting that's at Y0, but the landing pad is not at 0. What if I just put some steps here instead? Because I kind of like it being at 0. Nah. Oops, too far. Let's try -0.2. Negative 0.15. No, negative 0.2. Negative 0.2 it is. Okay, let's see if that will probably be good enough for me to step into. That was just an annoying bug that I did myself. It's amusing. So no more crawl space. Sorry about that. Oh, welcome in, Nix. Welcome in. I don't know if you caught that, but I discovered the reason that I was having problems walking into the office in my environment here. And it was because this whole, I thought it was like some kind of collider around the door. So I actually opened up the door here today. But like a collider around the frame or something. And so what it is, I actually had this whole office, like this whole block right here was a little bit off the ground. So I was basically stubbing my shin on the door frame whenever I wanted to walk into the office. So I finally fixed that after how many months now? But yes, welcome in. How are you doing today? We've got some fun stuff that I've been working on and mostly off screen, figuring out some things. One of the things, you're hungry but you're out of snacks. I mean, time to start gnawing on the walls, I suppose. Yeah, it's like chewing the power cables. I mean, humans can do that, right? You can chew on power cables, right? So if you notice something, we have a little infinite window on this monitor here because I finally figured out the right settings for getting external feeds into Unity. The Windows pipe screensaver is not a feed, though I should totally just have a separate computer or an instance running just for the lovely screensavers. But yes, I figured out how to send things from OBS actually. You can't just send anything. So I figured out how to send. Here we go. How to send sources or anything I put this filter on. It's called Spout. Send it into, or basically send it from OBS in my case, and then there's receiver. It's called Spout receiver within Unity here. So I have a bunch of them set up. One of them is the chat window, which I need to fix a bit. Yep. See, you can even. There you go. There's the little floating emote. It's a little blurry right now because it doesn't work super well with how tight I have the depth of field on the camera. I've got ideas to fix that though. Basically duplicating the camera and turning off the effects, and then laying that image on top of this image. It's the little things. There we go. Oh yeah, so giant Rusty in the middle of the screen here though is a Spout output. So let's lock the camera, minimize Unity, and this is my Windows, this is my wallpaper and my cursor. So this is one of the goals of my Unity project, is to have a lovely green screened background, basically. There's no green screen involved though, so I won't have any like little fuzzy green halo or anything. It's essentially to replace VC Face, which I'm using down in the corner here. I just make it look nicer. Ha ha ha. This is my front monitor. My side monitor has all the icons on, though it's remarkably clean. And I've been using this wallpaper here for probably a good 15 years. This is a render in either Maya or Vue, the landscaping software, which surprisingly I think is free now. I think they finally just kind of threw in the towel because it's not real time, and any game engine just blows it out of the water now. But 15, 20 years ago, it was amazing. They even used it on a bunch of movies like Pirates of the Caribbean and some other stuff like that. But, oh geez, I wonder how fast it would render on this computer. I'm tempted to install it just to see that, you know, how quickly it does render. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're back here. I have too many chat windows, but that's okay. I can make them disappear because I have way too many shortcut keys on my keyboard now when I'm in this program. Okay, let's see. So we do have the stream is playing on the monitor here. And it does have the infinite tunnel effect. You have to look really close because of the lighting. But if you do look super close, let's see if I can zoom in enough without blocking the entire monitor. Well, you can see the title bar. You can kind of see the title bar floating right there. I need to adjust the screen brightness on my in-game monitor right here. But it does do the infinite tunnel because it's taking the OBS output that y'all are seeing and sending it right there. So yeah, experiments, fun experiments. Oh yes, and a floating chat window here. And I was also 2 minutes late to stream because I was playing with the animation. I'm finally diving into the animator. So there, let's go out our new step. I can just walk out the door without falling. There we go. Let's do our favorite emote. And we have to go find some doors. There we go. We now have animated doors. Well, at least this door. I mean, I don't want to walk through that. I can, but I wouldn't let the crew walk through there. They might get they might double up a few times. You know, the half the person they used to be, or it'd be just a big gross mess. But yes, so I'm finally gonna start diving into building out my streamer environment. VTuber environment, streamer environment. And I'm going to keep the ye old space station here. Oh, here's another camera feed. Another thing I was playing with. You can see me in a pixelated camera feed. Intentionally, mind you. Intentionally pixelated. Because there's a camera, oops. Let's switch that up here somewhere. So you can see me, there we go. You can see a little me on the screen. There we go. Hello. But yes, so this texture is at, I think, want to say like 256 by 128, or maybe 128 by 64, or something like that. So it looks intentionally pixelated. Now this isn't using Spout. This is all in game. It's just that you can render a camera to, you know, what you're seeing right here, which I now have fully controllable as a third-person follow camera, because it'll, you know, follow me around when I'm in third person. But you can have as many cameras as you want for all sorts of different things. And it's really interesting. Uh, some of the methods you wouldn't necessarily think of. For instance, well, I mean, this makes sense. This is a texture. So basically, the camera I have, basically hanging from the ceiling in the game here, is instead of rendering out to the viewport, for y'all to see, it is rendering to a texture. And that texture is applied to a rectangle behind me. So I can do that for any computer monitors or displays like this glowy display. I could put an effect on it, and it could be a blue glowy hologram camera. So it's just all these ideas. But another thing you can do with cameras is you can do things like a mini map. You would have an overhead camera that does not have perspective, so it'd be a flat camera, orthographic. And you can just have that above, so it'd look like a mini map, right? Like, something like this, kind of. And then you display the result in the corner of the viewport. So it'd show your little character moving around and stuff. And it's like, oh man, that is... I'm not a professional game designer or anything like that. I didn't go to school for that or anything. So it's really interesting as a hobbyist learning about all these different things and diving into it. And that's part of what I like about this whole DIY, immersive DIY take on what I'm doing here. It's like I love digging into this and, discovering all these things. It's fascinating for me, especially coming from, originally an animation background, or wanting to be in an animation background way back in the school days. That's where I learned Maya, where I first learned Maya and After Effects, Premiere, etc., etc. Flash, that dates me. Yeah, I wanted to do animation. I wanted to do maybe games, maybe TV animation. I didn't quite know at the time. Some of that didn't work out. Life is what it is. But I now have the time, and we have the technology that makes it so much easier than it used to be. I mean, look, this is real-time rendering. This is not taking me, 5 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 hours, to render out. Is literally just a game. I mean, look at this. Look at all these plants. I mean, yeah, this is all low poly, but it doesn't have to be. It wouldn't have to be, and it would still look just fantastic. I mean, look at the new Unreal, the tech demo. I don't know if you've seen the new Unreal announcements where they have. Oh, I'm sure some of our friends are frothing at the mouth at the possibilities. The quality jump and everything you can do with it now is pretty crazy. Oh, cool! You learned Flash in high school. Yeah. I did not actually learn Flash in school. Now that I think about it, I used it in class projects as usually like composited with other things. But one of my jobs in college, and I self-taught for Flash, to do this job, interactive websites and promotional type of websites, doing interactive floor plans was one of the things that paid the bills in college. Because I had a part-time job doing freelancing, and one of my big things was interactive floor plans. So when you roll over, that's what they used to call a hover action with a mouse, right? When you would hover over the room, it would show like details of the room or pictures or stuff like that. And so that helped pay the bills back in the day. And I did that after school too, for quite a few different companies actually. But now, kind of obsolete. Even the idea of it's kind of obsolete because you can actually just do 3D floor plans right on your phone, or view. I should say you can view 3D floor plans right on your phone. So it wouldn't be 2D work done in Illustrator and Flash. It would be it's on Unity or Unreal. You had a program like that on your computer as a kid. um, yeah, you could buy like at like Best Buy or most box stores that have a software section. Like oh, it was for like not really CAD, but like a build a house floor plan kind of software where people, I don't know, it was for like remodeling or to get ideas to build the house, what the actual target was versus what they were used for. I remember seeing that kind of software too. In fact, I saw some of it in like a Humble bundle recently, an updated version. I'm just like, I guess, you know, build a house. You just take the assets, you drop them in the floor plan and stuff. Yeah, it looks cool. Um, let's see, what was I looking at? Oh, I was going through some of my old software from the ancient family computer, and we had CAD software for the Commodore 64. I think it came on like. Actually, I'd have to look at the box, which is behind me there. Not behind me that you can't see, but on the other side of the office. Yeah, CAD software for the Commodore. I don't ever remember seeing my parents use it, so it might have been gifted to us from somebody along with other stuff. Nope, spent a lot of time on that computer as a wee lad. Oh ho ho! Here's an Easter egg in the space setup. We have Don't Tell Dead Son. We've got a tentacle, and it looks like straight out of Day of the Tentacle. Oh no, those were shaped a little bit differently. Yeah, they have a lot of fun Easter eggs in their asset packs. Like my favorite, my buddy over here, Mr. Head in a Jar. Mr. Head in a Jar. Can you eat it? I think. I'll see. It's in a giant tube. I can't eat it. It would be non-digestible for my robot. So, let me see. Let's see. Oh gosh, I don't think it'd be able to find it either. Without diving into the level. I think it's a separate asset. So like this giant stasis tube would be one asset, and then the tentacle would be another one, if I were to guess. There we go. But yeah, no, I've been, where are we? I don't know why I clicked that random door. I've been adding in more things, and basically adding in more scripts, testing more things out, cleaning up some of my code so that I can build out my level. And then I will also add in proper coding for changing scenes. So I'm not just loading all of my environments in one big clump, because found out why my CPU was getting a little angry at me. There are, I want to say, 50 lights. They're 50 point lights. I think they're all point lights in this little space station. Space station. And I set them all to have nice shadow quality. Yeah, my CPU doesn't, I mean, it doesn't have too much of a problem with it. But you can definitely tell when the lights are all on, because it's casting. I mean, I can't imagine if I didn't have a low poly setup. This computer could probably handle it, but let's we got stats. Yes, we have 11,000 shadow casters. Okay, now where's my light switch? Light switch? Okay, we just chopped it in half by having them nowhere near here. This is distance-based, I believe. Yes, virtual lights do run on real electricity. They do, they do. Let's see. Okay, so I'm still running a bunch of shadow casters, which... Nope, that's the teleport. Where is my light control? This is what the problem is when you don't actually properly lay out your coding. Is it control lights? Script control lights. Is my light control not actually controlling all the lights? Huh. Well, how about that? I think I was manually turning them on and off. I will. On my to-do list is code to turn off all the lights at once. So let's go to space scene. Buildings? Nope. Interiors. Because we're in play mode in the environment here. Here we go. Bam. Now I only have 700 shadow casters. Now that's not 700 lights. Each light is putting out, X number of casts, so that the background looks all nice, or well, the whole environment looks nice, And somehow my camera is clipping through the walls here. There we go. But yeah, significantly less horsepower running on that after I turn the lights off. Let's turn that off. Okay. There, welcome back from the ads. Unless you're Nyx. Hehe. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. But yeah, so there's just be more fiddling around with the code, testing it out in my sandbox mess here before I go and make a proper. I might, yeah. I'm gonna make a proper project. I'm gonna start over once I get more of this figured out. I'm gonna start over and then import the assets that I want into the new one, because I'm sure there are tons of garbage in here. I know there is. That I don't want to keep dragging from version to version. Hello there, Lusty Buns. How you doing? And no, wait, another ad break. Didn't we just have an ad break? Is Twitch like dual wielding ad breaks on me? And I didn't get a skip button. It didn't give me a skip button this time. Sorry about that, Buns. Yep. I changed around my administrative feed here. Let's see. Ads manager, there we are. It says the next ad is in 28 minutes. Except for the one that's out right now. But yeah, it did seem to be dual wielding ads there. That is a good idea, Nyx. I am I've got my phone hiding over to the side here, because I want to make sure, especially with the issues I've been having. Not so much right now, thankfully, but a few weeks ago, I was having issues with the bandwidth just being absolute garbage at night for upload, and it was disappointing, because it used to be enough that I could squeak by with 1080p, but I run it at 720, just in just to make sure that it will not be a glitchy stream. But then my internet decided to not work great. Ooh, you got a car ad. Nice, nice. Nix is probably happy he's not getting ads because I'm sure they would show a whole bunch of delicious food. And I don't know if you found food yet. Ooh. And you guys didn't all see this, but I recently hooked up Seribot to the stream. And we just blocked some cheap viewers. Nice. Nice. Yeah, I decided to give that another moderator bot a chance, just to block all that fun stuff. Well, I mean, the more you know, right? The more you know. Targeted advertising, not super applicable right there, is it? But, you know. Yeah, it is interesting to see what we get served. And on a certain website that I unfortunately still believe I have to use, I keep getting ads, and they won't let you block them anymore. Or you say, no, dear Twitter, I do not want to see Temu ads and what's stupid mobile game ads. Yeah, certain ads, they must be in a higher pay bracket for X, because they don't let you block them anymore. You can just say I'm not interested every single time. Yeah. Was it Cory Doctorow, I believe, said it's the inshitification of the internet. And I love that term. It is such a great term. Inshitification. Another thing on my to-do list for this whole environment is to make myself an overlay so that I can toggle things on and off by clicking little buttons on my screen instead of trying to remember if I have things assigned to the hotkeys on my keyboard, because I have the bottom 2 rows completely. Wait, no, I think the G key is open. I mean, there is a monetization strategy. It's where you have the, it's where you have user-supported content, like Twitch subs, bits, Patreon, coffee, and all that. But that relies on the goodwill of the viewers and not a broader monetary base. Although didn't when TikTok first came about, I think they had I think their original monetization strategy was a kind of like a prize pool. It's like everybody got a chunk of this big investment money, this lump sum of money. So if you, I don't remember if it was based on your view count or how many videos or whatever it was, but it was divided up between all creators who posted something. I assume it was from view count. You get more of the pie, But that seed money got smaller and smaller and smaller as more and more creators jumped onto that platform. I don't know how they do it these days. I don't go on TikTok too much anymore. The doom scroll, the infinite doom scroll gets me, so I just try to cut back on my addictions. Yep. Coffee. Yes. I do find it amusing when people call it Ko-Fi because that's how it's spelt. It's like, no, 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 it's buy me a cup of coffee. Yeah, tongue in cheek, a little humor. Um, oh, it's still interesting that the chat feed is coming through at a much slower pace. I don't know how fast it updates as it comes in from OBS. But I do love that I don't have to like set fancy window permissions or download some other weird thing to show application screens or any media within the Unity, within Unity here. It's pretty cool that I finally got it working. It was broken, broken with Unity 2022 and the URP, the Universal Render Pipeline, because Unity has like three different ways it can, three different render engines basically, and I'm on the middle one, the balanced mode. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I finally got that working this weekend. So needs a little tweaking for the one that follows the avatar around. but it works, and it has a transparent background because it's actually my Stream Elements chat box. So it's not the Twitch browser source. It's from Stream Elements, and so that's kind of cool. Oh, and showed this to Nix earlier, but we got working monitor here. See, we got a working monitor, and this one will do the infinite browser tunnel, you know, because we're staring into OBS and OBS is staring back. Yes, the depth of field. That is one of the things I know how I'm going to fix it for the chat so that chat doesn't get all funky blurry at times. It's especially bad in open spaces. So it doesn't quite work, even though it is pretty much the same plane as my head. Oh, and you're seeing you're seeing one of my earlier experiments of outputting with a transparent background from Unity. So I'm hoping to replace VC Face in the corner of the screen with my own app output, which right now unfortunately can't have the fancy things like depth of field. But here, let's get into an open area here. There we go. See, now you can see the blurred background. I should make it a little bit bigger. There we go. There we go. So the text should all be in focus because of where it is in relationship to the camera. It should be in that narrow depth, crystal clear depth of field, but it is not. Not consistently anyways. So you'll get blurry like part of the way through it. And that's probably some kind of rendering issue and not actually its position in space. Yes, no more green screen. It is tricky though. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always work great. I have a funny video of infinite rusties being exported with a transparent background. But yes, Spout does work. I mean, well, for one thing, so you got me in the corner right here, right? Me in the corner. Voice is a little rough still. So that is VC Face. So VC Face was built in Unity, and what I'm using it for here is twofold. So it's receiving my motion capture data from my iPhone and my leap motion. So we got the hands. And VC Face is using Spout, which is how I found out about all this. VC Face is using Spout, and it's sending a transparent, just the avatar over to OBS. So I knew it could be done in Unity. So it's like, okay, how can I do that? Because VC Face is cool, and I know like Vignan and Warudo, they can do that too. So they figured it out. But I'm building my homebrew DIY creation over here. Oh, let's hide those stats. So I want to do it myself. So I figured out how, and I know how I can make it even better. Now I just need to make it stable so I can actually use it. Because I'm using VC Face in the corner here, and I want to use this guy. Here, let's I don't have a physical camera, or I should say I don't have the camera visible to everyone. But essentially, let's see. He's blocking. That's kind of funny, actually. There we go. So I have a separate area of my level here, and there's a separate camera that is exporting a Spout feed. That's why in the main screen, I'm running this camera all over the place, and the guy behind me here isn't moving until I start moving him around, because his camera is stationary, and it's only over on this my little broadcast platform. See, there's the office, and behind that's the big space station we were just buzzing around in, and there's Scary Rusty in the sky. Ta-da! I just teleport with a key press. It's so fun. I love this whole VTubing thing. I mean, I do want to make myself an anime character at some point because I love me some anime. But Big Rusty's not scary. Wait. But yes, I do want to make me an anime character along with the robot. But I do love playing a silly robot on the internet. And you don't think Big Rusty's not scary? You don't think Big Rusty's not scary? Yeah, Big Rusty was a funny idea that I would just have him sitting there in the sky as kind of a jump scare kind of thing. And then when I first implemented him, hit the play button and warp to this very camera position, I was like, whoa, jeez. That's kind of funny. He's looming. I did have him tracking the camera at one point, but it was really buggy, and I couldn't figure out why it was buggy. So for now, he's just there. Ooh, so it's kind of funny that you mentioned, him being like a Zord. One of my ideas is a mecha Rusty, as in Rusty as a mecha. So Rusty piloting Rusty. I haven't worked on that one in a while. But yes, no, everybody should be a VTuber. It is fun. Because you can do fun, silly stuff. Like, for instance, become spaceship. Become spaceship and fly around. I mean, not every anime character in VTuber can, become spaceship, but, if you can, why wouldn't you? You just fly around. Why walk? You can make your own environment. You can have a lot of fun. Just do whatever you want. And that is basically one of the things, because I don't know, I like playing games on stream every now and then, but I have real fun just kind of like scratching this creative itch and just coming up with silly things. Not to the level that some of our compatriots do. Like, I'm not quite gonna get to boom levels of whoa, that level of chaos. We'll call it chaos. It's a good chaos, but I'm not gonna quite get there. but I still do like my little shenanigans. Can I warp in this zone? I can warp in this. I forgot I can be captured in pilot mode here. Let's see. And I tested this out before. I can make this jump. I can make this jump if I get a little running start. And yay, I made it. If I don't get a running start, infinite fall. It probably errors out at some point, so I should If Rusty became a Megazord, what body part would he... Which Rusty? There's multiple Rusties. There's a VTuber Rusty. There is Rusty Robot, who will be joining us again next week. This week, I don't have a lot of setup time, but. Let's see. Next week, Rusty Actual, or Rusty Robot, or Old Man Rusty. He will be joining us on stream, hopefully next week. I've got some fun Halloween spooky season things I like to try. Especially since I did some testing. Don't know if you were here for it, but I did some testing and he works in low light. Yeah, let me pull up that video. Where is that clip? Do I have under videos? I think I have under videos. Projects. Video. Rusty After Dark. And we need to go back to our other scene. Where's my video? Okay. Oops. Man, the problem with having, like, one of the problems with being VTuber is like 40 different apps open all at once. Okay, there we go. So I'm reaching over. I'm shutting off the light switch for my room. He works in the dark. So I don't think I have desktop audio on. But what I'm saying here is basically because I am using a nice digital camera. Yeah, a nice digital camera with a decent lens on it. You can still see things in the dark, and it's weird hearing myself say almost the exact same thing in my earpiece. But yes, so don't know if you've been here before. When Rusty's been out, when Mr. Robot Rusty's been out, but yes, I used another program I wrote or created in Unity to send the motion capture, the VTuber motion capture data over to a control board in a robot I built. And that is Rusty Robot. So he is currently sitting unpowered about 5 feet away from me over here. He just takes a good like 20 minutes to a half hour to get everything turned on in the correct order. So he's not fussy. He doesn't break himself. But yeah. No, it's gonna be fun because we can do spooky season dark mode. So I'll probably be using him next week instead of my digital avatar here. We'll see. But yeah, he works in the dark. It's fantastic. I was so happy when the testing worked out for that. Because there's a whole bunch going on behind the scenes here to get it to this point. Especially for like the low light part, so that the screen, like he's an actual robot, right? He's actual robot. He's a digital puppet, really. A real puppet being controlled digitally, like a VTuber. And so that's He's built from spare parts. So that is an actual camera lens on this. That's orange right now. And he's built with like paper tray and various pieces, parts of different electronics. And some stuff I had to build with a, 3D software and a 3D printer. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And there are going to be many Rusties. There's a Rusty Robot. There's VTuber Rusty. There's I do want to make an anime model at some point. I probably won't be a cute anime girl. I'm gonna be more the grizzled old man look, I'm sure. Let's see. There's my ugly mech Rusty, who's gonna be more of a broken down, big hulking robot. I think that's about all I have planned at the in any kind of progress. So fun stuff on the horizon. And yeah, so I decided to set aside for now my Mecha Modeling Monday, at least for now. And so normally on Mondays I'm doing 3D modeling. So I do. Oh hey, I've imported some of it into here. My Mecha Modeling Mondays. Let's see. So we've got, let's turn off the funny camera. So we've got H. H is for hat. We have this. This is a headpiece, the helmet from the anime Votoms, old school mecha, and my eye tracking is a little funky. I still have to fix the code on that, and my Pat Labor headset. So essentially, I'm taking different pieces of. I'm building different mecha models, but I'm not building them true to use. I'm kind of, subverting it a little bit. Like, there's a hat. I need a baseball cap brim on it. That's one thing I need to add to it yet. And to fix my eye tracking. I got the antenna working though. The antenna bounce, I don't have it set to physics. I actually have it, the rotation is set to my hand tracking. See? Little behind the scenes secret there. It just amuses the hell out of me. Little things like that. But this is my Pat Labor, Beats by Pat Labor, I guess. I do have to find a way to bring my big mecha foot into this world as some kind of gag. I don't know if it'd be like boots. Maybe it'll be boots once I get it rigged up. But yes, so for now I'm forgoing Mecha Modeling Monday, so I can work on getting my environment, my cushy office in my broken down factory set up. So I can start streaming from it, because VTuber environments, so much fun, especially when they have some kind of like, I don't necessarily want to say 3D, but like a depth to them, when there's stuff going on in the background, or even if the streamer doesn't move around, like actually move around, that's cool, that's okay. You can be planted in your chair and do your thing, like some of the folks we know. But yeah, that's fine. I like that there's stuff and it does stuff. It's personalized. This right now isn't personalized. This is going to be more personalized when I build it out, and I am looking forward to doing that. And I've been because I have 100 projects going at once, because that's just how I work. So I'm going to focus down on it a little bit. I'm going to start building out this project. It's never going to be finished, mind you, but looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. But I think I'm gonna call it there for the night, because it's one of those weeks. And I got a lot going on. A lot going on in IRL this week. So we are going to start wrapping up. I think I have everything saved in here that I needed to save. Lock the camera here. My favorite video game. No, I can think about answering that. While I am hunting down people here. Wait, I have to pause this ad first. How do I pause it? Where's my ad control? There we go, snooze. Take that. Favorite video game? I would say one of my top 5 video games would be the Mass Effect series. And not just because I'm a sci-fi nerd. Yeah, it's a solid series. Yeah, I guess I'm more of a series guy than a specific game, just off the top of my head. I did do one of those fun social media things a while back, and it was taking a 5x5 grid. I'll repost that one. 5x5 grid of, and you're supposed to fill it up with your top 25 video games or games that influenced you, specifically video games. And that was fun to just think back because I did it kind of linearly. So it's like, okay, what did I play when I was just a wee little rusty? And what do I like right now? So you got like, you know, not fairly current, but you know, Skyrim, Mass Effect, the Dawn of War strategy games. You know, it's just thinking back on StarCraft back in the day, Mario Kart. You know, there's just so many. It was so neat to think about and just pick out a bunch of games like that. Like, what would be my top 25 kind of deal? Ooh. We are going to go stop in. Let's see. We're gonna go say hi to Shindigs. Let's see. I have not had the chance to raid Shindigs yet, but they're not usually on when I'm doing this, so that's interesting. But yeah. No, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate the compliments. I won't turn them down. No, I like being able to share this, and honestly, if you have any questions, I don't know if you do 3D modeling, I believe, right? But no, feel free to ask any questions if I'm working on something. If you're just curious or you want to know how I set it up or something. It's one of the reasons I do this in front of an audience, I guess. I like sharing. I like sharing the knowledge and everything, and yeah, it's just fun. You do 3D cred. Wait, did you put glasses on me, Nix? I didn't know you could modify emotes like that. But yeah, no, it's cool to do this in front of an audience and being able to share both on stream and off stream, being able to share what I've learned. Cool. All right, well, thank you all for coming out, and we're gonna have a rusty raid.